Community isn't just focused on your engagement with the followers. Community comes from getting your followers to engage with each other. Now, this one actually came from one of the proteges of this book, who's a raving rabid fan. On Instagram, he's known as Law of Ambition, but his name is Luis Garcia. And I find him just absolutely fascinating. I really think that he is what the next generation, if my father had been born 50 years younger, or 30 years younger, he would have been what Luis is today. So I study how he operates on social. So he used to, since he has such a natural inherent understanding of growing social media followings, he would start a page and grow it to 1 million followers and then sell it like real estate. Before anybody had even thought of this concept, he had sold over 1 million in selling of these social media platforms before the age of 27. So he left the army and then started doing this. He was actually doing this while he was in the army at nights in his bunker or whatever. It was a crazy story. You have to go check it out. He wrote it in his book. But what I love about how he conducts his social media is that he, like I said, and I quoted him there, it's not just about him to his following, it's about his following engaging with each other. So it becomes so much more valuable as an asset that can then, if you need social proof, you've got it right there. If you need a tribe that's going to stand by you, you have it right there. When he offers something to sell, he's not selling it. He's mostly saying, okay, I have this thing that I'm going to offer. I don't know if it's right for you, and I only have a couple of slots. Let's decide if you're the right fit. And they're pitching him on why they should be able to have the opportunity to purchase from him. That is the amazing feat of community and what community can create today if you do it correctly. I'll give you another example outside of social media. So I just keynoted for a group called DLP Capital, and the CEO, his name is Don Wenner, and he's hit the Inc. 5000 list 10 times, and he's just turned 37. Absurdly amazing, very impressive individual, and the organization is impressive as well. So I just spoke for their elite mastermind of accredited investors, and what he does is he puts on these events where everybody comes together, and he says, there's only a couple of spots available for my mastermind, and in the mastermind they meet on a regular basis virtually and then also in person, all talking about their real estate businesses. It's all for real estate investors, real estate developers, builders that are all looking to increase their portfolio. And they all come together to help one another. And it is such a great community assisting one another. It truly comes from this place of service, so that when they say, raise their hands and say, I want to be a part of this mastermind, let me get in. There's only a couple of spots left. I don't know if you can. And they deny people and they only accept a few. And then that community, because they get so much support from DLP, from Don, when they need a lender, they're not going to the bank. They're going to Don, which I find fascinating. He's not competing on price. The banks are fighting for decimal points. He doesn't have to, because he's created such respect, such trust, such rapport amongst his group. They don't even care that he's a higher price because they want to be a part of this ecosystem. It's absurd. It's so impressive. I really found it very valuable. So the ability to create community today, especially after we just went through a pandemic, people are starving to have that community. So do you have a community? If you don't, is there some way that you can craft that to give your prospects and your clients the opportunity to commune? Because they are ravagingly hungry for it today. I've seen it with, like I said, with Luis, what I saw with DLP Capital. That group alone, that small elite group, will generate $200 million for him in lending. It's absurd, and it's all through community. So The internet today allows us that opportunity to craft community like never before. It used to only have to be physical, and now you could be in a Facebook group full of these people. I've started doing that with my trainings, and it's so valuable. People will join just to be part of that Facebook group because they want to know like-minded people that love and adore the Ultimate Sales Machine just like they do. So what can you do to create community that reinforces what you do and cultivates more like-minded people into your ecosystem? What can you do to create community to enforce generating more sales? Here is your daily dose of the Ultimate Sales Machine, coming to you from the new edition. If you haven't gotten your copies yet, ultimatesalesmachine.com. Yes, copies. I am your host, Amanda Holmes, CEO of Chat Homes International. We've assisted 250,000 businesses worldwide, helping them grow faster, better, smarter, helping them generate billions of dollars in revenue over the last 30 years. Here's your daily episode.